All right, let's talk about something that I'm pretty sure we've all felt. You sit down, you're totally ready to be productive, and then an hour later, you look up and realize you've done nothing. Sound familiar? Well, we're going to break down exactly why that happens. You know the feeling? It always starts with the best intentions. The laptop is open, your notes are out, you're ready to get some serious work done. You're feeling focused, you're in the zone, and then poof. 30 minutes, maybe an hour, just vanishes. You're deep in a TikTok scroll or way down some YouTube rabbit hole, and that focus you had, completely gone. And that's exactly when that voice in your head starts up, right? Ugh, why am I like this? I can't just focus. I'm just so lazy. We immediately start blaming ourselves. But here's the thought that could change everything for you. What if it's not a character flaw? What if you're not lazy at all? What if your brain has just been trained? It's been conditioned for something else entirely. Because this isn't about willpower, it's about brain chemistry. So let's just start by completely dismantling this whole idea that it's all just about being lazy. I mean, really think about it. Are you lazy when you're hooked on a new show you're binge watching? Or when you're scrolling through social media? Of course not. For those things, you've got endless focus. And this is the great paradox, isn't it? When it comes to work, it feels like pulling teeth, zero motivation. But then you can turn around and get completely lost in a video game for hours. How can you be both lazy and hyper-focused at the same time? It just doesn't make sense. The real answer, the key to this whole puzzle, isn't in your personality. It's in your brain. And specifically, it's about a powerful little molecule called dopamine. Now, a lot of people get this wrong. We think of dopamine as the pleasure chemical, but that's not quite right. It's really the molecule of anticipation. It's the chemical that makes you want things, that makes you seek out a reward. It's what drives all motivation. And the problem is our modern world is basically an all-you-can-eat dopamine buffet. Every single notification, every short video, every swipe, it's a tiny, easy hit of that I want chemical. And over time, your brain gets used to this. It gets rewired to expect these super fast, low-effort rewards constantly. So when you sit down to do something hard, like studying, which has a really delayed reward, your brain basically throws a tantrum and says, nope, this is boring. Give me the easy stuff. So if beating yourself up and feeling guilty doesn't work, what does? Well, it starts with a really simple but powerful shift in how you think about the problem. You have to stop asking the old question, which is a judgment. Why am I so lazy? Instead, you start asking the new question, which is a diagnosis. What is my brain addicted to right now? See the difference? One attacks your character, the other identifies a problem. And you can't fix a problem until you've identified it. Okay, so that's the mindset shift. Now let's get into the practical stuff. What are the actual steps you can take to start retraining your brain? It really boils down to 3 simple but super powerful strategies. First, we're going to lower your dopamine baseline. Second, we're going to engineer your environment. And third, we're going to build some momentum. Okay, step 1. Before you even try to work, just sit in silence for 2 minutes. No phone, no music, nothing. It's probably going to feel a little weird, maybe even really boring, but that's a good thing. You're letting your brain's stimulation level drop, which actually makes the real work feel way more interesting in comparison. Step 2, stop trying to rely on willpower. It's a losing battle. Your environment is so much more powerful. So make it easy to do the right thing. Put your phone in a completely different room. Close all the extra tabs. You want to make your distractions hard to get to and your work incredibly easy to start. And that brings us to step 3, which is all about momentum. Forget about trying to feel motivated. That's totally unreliable. Instead, just focus on this one number, 10. Just tell yourself, I'm only going to work for 10 minutes. No big pressure, no huge commitment. Because you know what happens most of the time? After those 10 minutes are up, you're in the flow and you just keep going. And even if you don't, you still won. You showed up. A small, consistent win is so much more powerful than waiting around for some big burst of inspiration that might never come. So when you put it all together, what's the big idea here? It's about moving out of that cycle of shame and starting to treat focus for what it is, a skill that you can actually build. This right here is the absolute key. Yelling at yourself does not work. It actually makes things worse. But understanding the way your brain is wired, now that gives you the power to actually change things. So, let's just recap the big picture. You are not broken. You are just overstimulated. Focus is not something you're born with, it is a skill. Your attention is trainable, just like a muscle. And progress is absolutely possible for anyone. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week. What is the one tiny step you can take tonight? Maybe it's putting your phone away. Maybe it's those 2 minutes of silence. What's it going to be?
Because building discipline the smart way is all about those small, consistent steps. And if this explainer helped you feel a little less guilty and a little more in control, then stick around. We're going to keep upgrading our minds one idea at a time.